Hello everyone, this is Dr. S.A. Rafi, Senior Consultant, Interventional Pulmonologist and Sleep Medicine Specialist, Care Hospitals, Banjara Hills. When you come to the third wave, you're thinking about the vaccination. Is it really going to be effective? That is the question most of the people are asking. So in a third wave, what we are looking at as a Delta and Delta plus variants, probably some of the areas, what they're saying, Lambda variant also might come in. So in this sense, vaccines with the recent, if you see the papers which have come out with the vaccines what we have seen which are available, Covishield, Covaxin and Sputnik, so on and so forth, more are coming, Pfizer and Moderna as well probably rolling out in India. So pretty much all the vaccines, at least about, even the variant changes, at least about 60 to 70% they are protective. So earlier what they're saying is about at least 90% protective, but at least anywhere between 60 to 70%, even if a devastating variant is there, if you get infected, still the vaccines are protective. What it means by that, when you are saying that you are protective, you won't go into a severe infection, won't go into the ICU stay, ventilator, or severe breathlessness, needing a high oxygen need. These kind of things you can escape. Probably the simple symptoms like asthenia, weakness, body aches, fever, and then a little bit of a medication, and then you recover. That's what everybody wants, right? Don't want to go to the hospital. So that is what you need to look at it when you are looking at third wave and then the use of the vaccine. So I think it is an absolutely necessary to go for the vaccine, whichever stage you are in. So another point we are looking at here is actually, I am infected with the COVID-19, I recovered, do I really need a vaccine? So this again, I mean, there is no clear guidelines from the CDC or for that matter, ICMR. So where and when you actually need to take a vaccine after you got infected with the COVID-19. So I would say usually the practice is, if you are a mild infection without getting to the hospital and then you recovered very nicely, so I think in about after recovery, about a month's time, you can take the vaccine. You're a moderate case, let's say you had a little bit of trouble, little breathing difficulty, little inflammatory markers raised, you had to take advice of the doctor or probably a couple of days in the hospital stay, and then you recovered, you took a little weakness and took a little time to recover. So post-recovery, I'm talking about not the infection, post-recovery in about 2 months, you can take a vaccine. On the same token, severely affected patients, probably gone into the ventilator or a prolonged period of the time in the hospital, fibrosis of the lung, that means a stiff lung, fractured lung, recovery took longer time, home oxygen for long time, and then slowly they got back onto their feet. So those kind of severely affected patients, I would say post-recovery, I'm still mentioning this, post-recovery, 3 months. So that tells that like it is very, very divergent and little bit of a clinical decision where you need to take an advice from the doctor, especially a specialist like a pulmonologist, and then move forward taking a vaccine. And if you're thinking about the vaccine really helps post-recovery, yes. Why? We are thinking about a lot of variants, coming into the picture. So I mean, probably you got infected with a different variant, you got the antibodies, still you are prone to infection. So I think it always makes sense to take a vaccine because it covers essentially more or less all the variants to an extent. I mean, it might be a smaller variant, it protects 90%. For a tougher variant, it might protect up to 60 to 70%. Both are beneficial for us. It's a win-win situation taking a vaccine. Either way, even if you got infected and recovered, or you are never infected and you never got COVID, still you need to take a vaccine. Thank you for viewing and stay safe.